Hello and welcome to the Joseph Communications Book Club. I'm Tony Clarkson and my good friend here,
Michael G. Reccia. Hi.
and I'm going to read out a question that was asked at a live demonstration that Joseph gave at the sanctuary, and then Michael's going to comment on that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You can't better it, but you
No,
could.
certainly not.
No. Okay, here we go. So the question is from Shirley, and this is it. It's a short question. Could I ask then, Joseph, is some illness due to karmic reasons and some illness we bring upon ourselves? Joseph, you cannot separate the outside karma and the inner karma because you create your path minute by minute and second by second by the way that you think, by the way that you react to people, by the way that you observe and consider yourself. So, illness or dis-ease is a breaking down of communication between your spirit and your outer flesh or your illusion of flesh. And that breakdown of communication is what is really wrong with you. And in conjunction with the doctors and the nurses on your level, there have to be people who can identify and pinpoint what is actually wrong with you before the illness can be removed. The illness is never the cause. The illness is always the effect. And what is it the effect of? So many things. It can be the effect of sadness, the effect of insecurity, the effect of anger, the effect of bitterness, the effect of so many different things, but always it is the effect. And you are right to treat the effect. You are right to alleviate the symptom, but you have to also alleviate the cause of the illness, otherwise it will return. Are you responsible for the illness that comes to you? To a degree, yes, because you are part of the field. You make decisions based on what you expect from the field. How many of you in an epidemic situation expect to be ill, expect to be tired at the end of a day, expect an old wound to hurt you? And so the healing process, the natural healing process, as your body is lifted up in prayer to God, to white light, is slowed down by your own thoughts and by the thoughts of the field around you. And those thoughts that expect you to wake up tomorrow morning with the same symptoms that you had the night before. And then Joseph just says, is that sufficient answer? Michael, over to you.
Controversial subject.
It's a controversial subject, illness.
I can only quote from my own experience to open this response to Joseph's response. When I was being trained by my spiritual teacher, Joan had an awful lot of physical challenges. She'd had cancer, there was something seriously wrong with her eyes, she had one leg shorter than the other at one point, and she would deny all of this. She wouldn't have mirrors in the house. The reason being, if she looked at herself, she might say to herself, I'm looking ill today.
Wow.
And I'm looking ill today becomes a reality. And I remember she suggested this to me in a very strong way and said, look, you can't be ill. You can take control of your own body, your own mind, and you can heal yourself. And that was such a revolutionary thing to suggest to me at that time that I didn't immediately accept it. But at the time, I was working as an advertising man, as a public relations executive, and everyone in my office got the flu. And my secretary said to me, don't use that phone. I've been using it. I've got the flu. You'll get it. And something went, no, you won't. So I picked up the phone and thought, I'm not going to get this. And I spoke on the phone and I went into the office every day, didn't get the flu. I'd had worn very strong glasses from being a child. And I suddenly determined that I didn't need them. So I took off these prescription glasses, and I haven't worn prescription glasses since. And by degree, I proved to myself that when there was something wrong with me, I could put it right. I had a ruptured disc, slip disc in my back. And the osteopath, I went to an osteopath. I chose that route of healing. And he said after several weeks, we're not winning here. You're going to have to go to the doctors. And I thought, well, that might mean traction or prescription drugs or surgery. And I don't want to go that route. And so I said to him, give me a week and I will meditate on the problem for that week. And if I haven't improved when I come back next week, then I'll go to the doctors. A week later, having meditated several times a day, each day, he said, it's getting better. What are you doing? He said, you're not masking the pain, are you? I said, no, it's nothing to do with masking the pain. It's to do with healing and visualizing myself as being perfect. Now, of course, there are times when we need medical attention. There are times when we need medical care and we need help. But we are perfect beings. And we only become imperfect materially and mentally when there is a disconnect between our spiritual source of energy and our material reception of that energy. There's an imbalance. There's something that causes an imbalance. And usually it's trauma from the past. It's something that we're upset about, something that's happened to us that's negative, something that we haven't got rid of, that we haven't let go of.
And that manifests into the physical body.
It's a blockage. It's
Right.
a blockage between the physical body and the energies that sustain us. Because you and I existing here now, we exist here now because we are being fed by divine energy.
Yeah.
That's what maintains us. That's why we don't drop dead at this very minute.
I've heard people metaphorically speak as well about back problems, for instance, and the load you're carrying.
Oh, yes.
So when you're doing cause and effect,
Yes.
the back problem is the effect,
Yes.
but the cause probably lies in some mental load that you're carrying.
That relates exactly to the area of the body where you've got that problem. And it's great that you brought that up. You must be psychic, Tony.
Oh, no,
Because
Michael.
I remember I'd gone to lecture and to do a week's course somewhere that I won't mention that were purportedly was spiritual. And I'd been tremendously disappointed. I'd worked with other people and they had been less than clued up as to what they were giving the people spiritually and their attitude towards others. And in fact, whilst I was at this particular place, I was booked for another week. And I wrote to the person who booked me and said, look, I can't do this. I'm not going to come here. Now, I came back. I drove back and it was a 5-hour drive. And I came into my house, went into my house and thought, I've no support in what I do. There's no support. I'm trying to pass on the information that I've been given.
Right.
And I feel like the whole world's on my shoulders and I can't support it and I don't know what to do.
Right,
The
very
day
cool.
after, I sneezed, fell on the floor, and I had a slip disc. But it was a direct correlation to what I believed.
This is the cause and this is the effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And it manifested as, I can't support this any longer.
And Joseph, in the book, the passage we've just read, in fact, the answer to Shirley's question, Joseph said, by all means, treat the symptom, but look at the cause.
Yes.
And the underlying cause will nearly always be something else.
Yeah, treat the two concurrently. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at the symptoms and treat those. But why has it happened? What's caused it? What disconnect has happened and why?
Yes, this almost ties in with what we've been saying from a past question, is where this inward look at yourself and sort of having a sweep of what's happened in your life and what can be causing these physical manifestations of that now.
Yes, and to realise that we have control. That's important as well, to think that we have a measure of control over our health.
Yeah.
It's different if you walk into a wall and you've got a black eye, but we have a measure of control over our health. And it's to do with belief and what we expect to happen as well. Oh, I'm going to get this. Going back to the not getting the flu, I'm going to get this. Why? You believe that.
Yeah.
So you're attracting it.
This is the big thing. You could be so careful with your thoughts.
Yes.
Because you're creating.
Yeah, we're creative beings. And if we understood that whatever we believe to be true, we attract more of towards ourselves, that's a great liberation and a great protection.
And it's a great discipline to be able to control those thoughts into a positive direction.
Yes. But there's also great freedom in saying, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that we're never reliant on other people. Of course we are. We
Yeah.
interact with other people. There
Yeah.
are times when we need them to help sort things out for us.
Yeah.
But one of the greatest strengths we've got is to say, no, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I've put this wrong. I can help put it right.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Michael, I think we're done.
I think we are.
Well, our business here is finished.
It is.
Shirley, thank you for asking that question, and obviously to Joseph for the phenomenal answer. I hope that you as an audience have got something out of this, and look forward to the next time when we get together. This is Tony Clarkson.
Michael G. Reccia.
Thank you for watching, and God bless. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. God bless.